What's up, guys? It's BWADE. I'm going to walk you through 4 of my favorite NBA picks for Friday. I'm going to walk you through the data and the research I did to come to the conclusion I wanted to put my money on these picks. Although I put my money on them, it doesn't mean there's any guarantees. As always, guys, this is sports betting, so please always bet responsibly. Now, looking at today, Thursday's picks, we didn't hit either slip. We only hit one on each slip. We went 2 and 3. We hit 2 out of the 5 picks that I gave out, so it was not a successful day. This was the first NFL day that we didn't have a winner for the last week and a half, I think. We hit on Monday night, we swept on Sunday, we hit Thursday the week before, I think we hit Monday the week before. We've been on a streak. It happens sometimes, but still hurts when it does. Now, we're still giving out game picks and tons of props to all of our VIP guys. If you want to get in VIP and get these additional game picks with the props so that you can put in more entries and really turn this into a successful income stream, there's 2 ways you can get in VIP. One, you can sign up just using code NBA in the checkout. You're going to get 80% off. It's going to cost you $10 for a week of VIP. The other option is sign up with either of the apps I talked to you about tonight here, Sleeper, Underdog, or even any of the apps below in the description, Onyx, Betr, Chalkboard. Sign up with any of them. There's going to be links down there. You use my code, just make a $5 to $10 deposit. You'll get the sign up bonus, and then send me the screenshot on Instagram. I'll hook you up with a free week of VIP. Super simple. It's just whichever one's more convenient for you. And then I'm also giving away 2 autographed Baker Mayfield jerseys this month. I usually just do 1. This is a way to say thank you to you guys, but I put in an offer on 2 on eBay, and they were both accepted overnight. So fuck it, I'll just give them both away. The first one, all you have to do to be entered is make sure you're following me on YouTube, and then comment and like this video. The other jersey is going to go to somebody that's in VIP at the end of this month. So if you're still in VIP the last day of this month, you'll be entered into a raffle to win that one. But we're giving away 2 autographed Baker Mayfield jerseys. They're both stitched, both authenticated. Sweet gig. All right, let's get into some picks. All right, so I'm starting out with Walker Kessler over 20.5 points and rebounds. And you look at him last year, he started off kind of around 50%, but once he got to the midpoint in the season, he was hitting this every night. And you look at him against Sacramento last year, he hit it the last 2 games against them, going for 39 points and rebounds the last matchup. And you look at his minutes there, it's 26, 32, 34, and he's only played 1 game so far this year, but it was 29 minutes, so smack dab in the middle of that. He put up 31 points and rebounds against the Clippers, a better defensive team than Sacramento is. So, at this point in the season, it's hard to use historical data, but I don't know. That's what I'm going for. So, Walker Kessler over 20.5, and then I'm fading Trae Young at 9.5 assists. Look, last year, averaging 11.5 assists is not normal for him. You look at him head-to-head against Orlando. He only hit this number once in 4 matchups. He averaged 7.5 assists per game against Orlando. They are top 3 for assists allowed in all quarters. They're a great defensive team, and Trae Young didn't hit this often. So he got 4 less assists per game against Orlando than he did the rest of the league, right? That's what I'm seeing here. In his first game of the season against Toronto, which is a good defensive team, but not as good as Orlando, he only had 5 assists. And that was a high-scoring game. So I am fading Trae Young at 9 assists, which means I should put it here, under 9.5. You'll see this up on the screen here. We're getting a 3.1x payout on Sleeper. Love this app. I tell you guys about it all the time. They're also giving us a 20% profit boost on any NBA game. And then they also have one of the best sign-up bonuses out there right now. When you sign up using code BWADE, you're going to get a $20 free bet. That's just right away before you even make a deposit. And then when you do make a deposit, they are going to double that first deposit up to $100. So ideally you end up with $120 for free. And then if you send me a screenshot of that deposit, I give you a free week of VIP, and you can use those picks to really start to build your bankroll. But this is one of the best apps out there. They give you a ton of different props for each player, profit boosts, discounted picks, all that stuff, and a great sign-up bonus. So jump on that, and then don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you get entered to win that signed Baker Mayfield jersey. For our third pick, we're taking Alperen Sengun over 20.5 points. Kevin Durant coming to the Rockets, and then getting rid of Jalen Green, and then Fred VanVleet getting hurt might have been the best thing for Sengun's development. Him playing with Durant, but 2 other scorers leaving the team, puts him in the position to have to be one of the primary scorers here. When you look at him last season, he still hit this in 40% of games, but the first game of this season, he dropped 39 points on OKC. Obviously, we don't expect that to happen every game, but he hit this in 1 out of 2 games against Detroit and averaged 19 against them last season. And I think that with the development of this team and VanVleet getting hurt and Jalen Green getting traded, I think that Sengun steps up this whole season and probably averages in the mid-20s. And then I'm taking Sensabaugh. I'm taking the alt line at over 1.5 because we're still getting a solid payout. If you take 2.5, you're going to get plus money, which still has a good possibility of hitting. You look at him last season, or if we look at his last 20 games, he still went over 2.5 in 15 out of his last 20 games. If you look at his over 1.5, he hit that 18 of his last 20. He dropped 3 3-pointers in the first game of this season, and I think he has a chance to log some good minutes and get a fair amount of 3-point attempts on this Utah Jazz team. And he's going up against Sacramento in this game, so that's why we're taking Sensabaugh and Kessler on these 2 tickets, because they're on the Jazz, they're going to log good minutes, and they're going up against Sacramento, which is a pretty soft defensive team. But that is going to be our last pick. You'll see that slip on the screen here. I put this in on Underdog. We're getting a 2.5x payout. Part of the reason for that is because all of October, they're giving us unlimited use, 30% profit boost on Underdog. So you can use it on every single slip. I used it on this. It's how we got this to 2.5, even though I took the alt line for Sensabaugh. And Underdog has one of the best sign-up bonuses out there. When you sign up using code BWADE and just deposit $5, they're going to give you $50 for free. They have tons of lines for each player, especially like NFL, NBA. They give you first quarter, first half, second half lines for everybody. Tons of profit boosts, great payouts. You have to check this app out if you haven't already. And then send me a screenshot. I'll hook you up with a free week of VIP. Whether you sign up with Underdog or Sleeper or Onyx. Onyx, you deposit $10. They give you $100 for free. All of these apps with the codes and links are down below in the description. Sign up with any of them and just deposit $5 or $10. Send it to me on Instagram and I'll hit you with the free week of VIP. Or if you don't want to sign up for an app, or maybe you can't in your state, you can always just sign up using code MBA. You're going to get 80% off and pay just $10 for a week of VIP. But I would love to help you out, help you make some money. Make sure to sign up. And then also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you get entered to win that signed Baker Mayfield jersey. Appreciate you guys. Let's get some fucking bread to end the week.